If you've been holding off on buying a new bike, this changes everything. Honda just revealed 5 new machines built for real riders, not spec sheets. Affordable, powerful, smart, and they might make your current ride feel outdated. Stick around, your next motorcycle might be in this very list. Number 5. Honda CB750. Hornet. It does not take a 6-figure bagger or a 114 engine to feel alive in the saddle. Sometimes all it takes is a machine that delivers clean lines, confident torque, and a chassis that speaks your language. The CB750 Hornet is exactly that. A stripped-back mid-weight motorcycle built for riders who want something fast, responsive, and no-nonsense without sacrificing reliability or everyday comfort. It may not wear chrome, but it carries plenty of muscle in its lean silhouette. Power comes from a liquid-cooled parallel twin engine with a displacement of 755 cubic centimeters. It delivers 94 horsepower and 55 pound-feet of torque through a 6-speed manual transmission. Braking is handled by dual front-wave rotors with 2 piston calipers and a rear single disc with a single piston caliper. All braking components are linked to a standard anti-lock braking system. The suspension uses an inverted front fork with preload adjustment and 4.7 inches of travel and a rear monoshock offering nearly 5 inches of movement. Wet weight lands under 460 pounds while the seat height measures 31 inches. Starting price is expected near $9,999. The Hornet brings back a name that once defined Honda's performance street bikes, and now it does so again in a very different world. Instead of chasing peak horsepower, it delivers usable torque throughout the mid-range. The result is a machine that feels strong off the line, smooth in traffic, and plenty fast when opened up on a back road. What makes it particularly valuable is its combination of ride modes, traction control, and straightforward layout, features rarely found in this class at this price. Nothing about it feels cheap, but everything about it feels focused. Visually, it borrows from the sharp minimalist school of design. The tank is sculpted for a tight knee grip. The front end is aggressive but clean, and the exposed mechanicals give it a raw presence that never crosses into cartoonish territory. This is a motorcycle for men who appreciate simplicity, not just in mechanics but in lines and layout. Upright handlebars and mid-mounted foot controls create a relaxed triangle, offering long-haul comfort and urban agility in equal measure. The full LCD dash offers clear visibility without gimmicks. It shows fuel range, gear position, speed, and selected ride mode, all visible at a glance. Riders can choose between standard, sport, and rain modes, each adjusting throttle response and traction intervention to match the terrain or their mood. That level of adjustability adds another layer of confidence, especially for those transitioning from cruisers or older standards. Despite its size and price, the Hornet feels mature. It is not trying to act like a super sport. Instead, it sits firmly in the zone of practical power, where 94 horsepower is more than enough and 55 pound-feet of torque make every shift count. Fuel economy hovers near 50 miles per gallon depending on throttle use, and the 3.7-gallon tank gives it a real-world range of 150 to 180 miles. From a maintenance standpoint, the Hornet is built with ease of ownership in mind. Service points are easy to reach. The chain is simple to adjust, and there is no bodywork getting in the way of regular upkeep. That makes it a strong option for riders who prefer to do their own work in the garage and keep service bills low. Build quality is solid and understated, with clean welds, smart finishes, and a layout that makes sense. This is not a flashy motorcycle, it is a solid one. It fills a space left behind by older inline standards and middleweight twins that combine dependability with just the right amount of punch. Whether you're coming off a dual sport, stepping up from a Rebel, or downsizing from something heavier, the Hornet feels like a well-earned reward. Fast, efficient, and built to last. Forget nimble. This one shows up heavy-hitting and unapologetic. It's not built to fit in, it's built to stand out at full throttle. If one of these bikes has already caught your attention, hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your pick for the best release Honda's made in years? Number 4. Honda CB 1000R Black Edition. There is a certain kind of motorcycle that does not need to speak loudly to be heard. The Black Edition is exactly that machine, quietly confident, razor sharp in its detailing, and built with the kind of mechanical focus that makes it feel more like a precision tool than a weekend toy. It is not interested in screens or distractions. It is interested in the way power flows to the pavement and how the chassis responds when the road turns aggressive. One look at the black-on-black finish and you know it means business. Power is delivered by a liquid-cooled inline-4 engine displacing 998 cubic centimeters. It produces 143 horsepower and 76 pound-feet of torque. Braking is managed by dual floating front discs paired with 4-piston radial mount calipers and a rear disc with a single piston caliper, all connected to a standard anti-lock braking system. The suspension setup includes a show-a-separate function, big piston inverted front fork, and a fully adjustable rear monoshock. Wet weight comes in at 467 pounds, and the seat height measures 32.7 inches. Starting price is approximately $12,999. There is no mistaking what this motorcycle was built for. It pulls hard, revs fast, and rewards confident riders who know how to control a leader-class machine without relying on electronic crutches. This is not a beginner's bike. It is for those who have already logged the miles, lived through carburetors, and now want something faster and sharper that still respects the fundamentals. When opened up, the engine delivers a deep mechanical growl that builds into a sharp, high-revving howl, but never crosses the line into harshness. Everything about it feels composed, even when you are pushing it hard. The Black Edition's styling walks a fine line between aggression and sophistication. Its aluminum subframe and steel backbone frame are exposed and intentional. From the machined alloy radiator covers to the brushed metal accents on the tank, every detail serves a purpose. The round LED headlight is recessed and subtle, while the overall profile stays compact and tucked. Nothing hangs out and nothing feels excessive. It is lean and muscular in a way that feels earned, not designed by committee. Riding position is assertive without being extreme. The handlebars offer enough rise for good leverage while maintaining a slightly forward lean. The mid-mounted pegs help the rider lock in during cornering, and the narrow tank makes it easy to grip the frame through long sweepers or tight urban turns. This balance allows the Black Edition to feel comfortable for daily use, but instantly ready to handle more aggressive riding without hesitation. Controls are deliberate. There is a full-color digital display, but it does not try to act like a tablet. You get what matters: tachometer, gear position, fuel range, ride mode indicator, and nothing more. Modes include Standard, Sport, and Rain, each adjusting throttle response and traction control behavior. The transitions between modes are smooth and riders can feel the difference immediately. Sport mode tightens throttle inputs and reduces electronic intervention, while Rain mode pulls it all back to provide maximum grip in uncertain conditions. In real-world use, the Black Edition excels in that gray area between daily use and weekend sport riding. Its torque delivery is broad and predictable, especially through the middle of the rev range. This makes it a strong city performer and a comfortable companion for longer rides. With a fuel tank just over 4 gallons and fuel economy hovering near 42 miles per gallon, it offers a range of over 170 miles between fill-ups, enough for most days in the saddle without thinking twice. Maintenance is straightforward thanks to minimal bodywork and logical component placement. Oil changes, chain adjustments, and air filter inspections are all easily managed without needing to remove large panels or dig into awkward layouts. This is the kind of motorcycle that respects garage time as much as ride time. Honda's reputation for durability means owners can expect long service intervals and fewer surprises along the way. The Black Edition does not try to be a jack of all trades. It does not come with integrated luggage or radar-assisted cruise control or oversized fairings. What it delivers is something far rarer in today's market: honest performance, premium hardware, and a design that will still look right 5 years from now. For riders who want something fast but composed, modern but rooted in mechanical feel, this motorcycle offers a near-perfect balance. If comfort is a currency, this next bike is fully loaded. It's not about pushing limits, it's about erasing them mile after mile. Don't ride out with overpriced gear. We've listed the only helmets, gloves, and tools we trust, no fluff, just affordable road-tested essentials. Check the description now. Number 3. Honda NT 1100. There comes a point when every rider gets tired of chasing speed and starts chasing distance instead. The open highway calls for a machine that can deliver not just power but stamina, composure, and comfort without compromise. The NT 1100 was built with that mission in mind. It is not trying to be flashy. It does not posture. It simply offers long-range practicality wrapped in a design that respects time-tested engineering. Whether it is 200 miles or 2,000, this motorcycle is ready to go the distance without ever asking too much in return. Powering this machine is a liquid-cooled parallel twin engine with a displacement of 1,084 cubic centimeters. It delivers 100 horsepower and 75 pound-feet of torque. Braking is provided by dual front discs with 4 piston calipers and a single rear disc, all managed by a cornering-capable anti-lock braking system. Suspension comes in the form of a Showa inverted fork offering 5.9 inches of travel in the front and a rear Pro-Link monoshock offering the same. Wet weight is 547 pounds and the seat height measures 32.3 inches. The starting price is set at $11,899. What makes the NT 1100 stand out is not just the hardware, it is the way everything has been tuned for balance. The chassis, borrowed from the Africa Twin, delivers neutral handling with the right amount of stiffness for two-up riding and loaded touring. Unlike many touring bikes that feel top-heavy at low speeds, this one remains manageable in parking lots, through traffic, and on narrow back roads. The riding triangle is upright with a wide bar for control, and the foot pegs are positioned for long-term comfort rather than lean angle. The saddle is built for the long haul. It offers just the right amount of padding and width while still keeping the rider connected to the road. Passenger ergonomics are also well thought out, with decent legroom and a stable seating platform. This is a bike that was designed with the idea that people still ride two up and want to do it in comfort. Wind protection is handled by a large screen offering 6.5 inches of vertical travel, along with side deflectors that redirect air around the rider's torso and legs. The result is a quiet, controlled pocket of air at highway speeds. Technology is here, but it does not dominate the experience. A 6.5-inch color display provides Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Bluetooth integration, allowing riders to access navigation and music through a connected headset. Physical buttons and toggle switches back up the digital interface, which means riders do not have to dig through touch menus while moving. Cruise control, heated grips, and dual USB ports come standard, not as add-ons but as baseline equipment. For older riders used to touring without electronic distractions, the NT 1100 strikes a balance. Modern tools without overwhelming the ride. The real star of the show is the optional dual-clutch transmission. In automatic mode, it delivers seamless, clutch-free shifting with uncanny timing. For riders who still prefer control, a manual paddle shift mode allows quick gear changes using the left handlebar controls. It is a system that reduces fatigue on long rides, particularly in traffic or during urban stops. Riders who once turned their noses up at automatic gearboxes often come away impressed with how intuitive this setup feels. It does not isolate the rider, it simply removes the grind. Acceleration is strong and steady, with peak torque arriving early and holding through the mid-range. That makes for confident passing and smooth roll-ons without the need to downshift or chase red lines. Fuel economy sits near 48 miles per gallon, and the tank holds 5 gallons even. That means a realistic range of 240 to 260 miles between fuel stops, more than enough for most day-long runs and weekend trips. Storage is available through optional panniers and top cases that integrate cleanly into the rear section. There is no bulky hardware or awkward fittings. The top of the tank is flat and designed to accommodate tank bags, and the rear seat can carry soft luggage with simple straps. Maintenance is straightforward. The chain is easy to adjust, the oil filter is accessible, and battery access does not require removing bodywork. That kind of service-friendly design matters, especially to riders who still prefer to do the basics themselves. What the NT1100 does best is offer confidence. Confidence that you can ride farther without fatigue, carry a passenger without struggle, and deal with changing road conditions without hesitation. It may not have the attitude of a classic cruiser or the excess of a touring flagship, but it delivers exactly what serious riders want when they pack for real miles. Smooth torque, easy handling, quiet competence. Some bikes ride into history. This one brings it with it. Half a century strong and now evolved into something even bolder. Number 2. Honda Goldwing DCT. Some machines are built to impress at first glance. Others are built to earn your respect after hundreds of miles. The Goldwing belongs in the second camp. It does not chase attention. It delivers performance, comfort, and control that only reveals its full depth once you're deep into the ride and still feel fresh. This is not a touring bike made for short trips. It was built to cross time zones without breaking a sweat. This full-dress tourer is powered by a flat-six, liquid-cooled engine displacing in 1,833 cubic centimeters. It produces 125 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque. Braking is handled by dual front discs with 4 piston calipers, along with a rear disc supported by a dual piston unit. All brakes are linked through a balanced, electronically managed anti-lock braking system. Suspension up front is a double wishbone setup with electronically adjustable damping, paired with a rear Pro-Link shock that also features electronic preload adjustment. Wet weight comes in at 960 pounds and the seat height measures 29.3 inches. Starting price begins at $24,999. The flat-six engine delivers an incredibly smooth and refined torquey curve. There is no drama in the throttle, just instant response and quiet confidence even under full load. Acceleration is strong but composed. The ride stays planted through corners and remarkably balanced during lane changes or crosswinds. Few bikes this size handle with this much control. The dual-clutch transmission takes the strain out of the ride. Whether in automatic or manual paddle shift mode, it reacts quickly and eliminates the need for a clutch lever entirely. Riders who were hesitant about riding in automatic find the system natural and fatigue-free after a single day in the saddle. The chassis design and low center of gravity give the Goldwing exceptional composure at both low and high speeds. Tight parking maneuvers, slow turns, and steep inclines all feel more manageable than they should on a motorcycle of this size. It feels secure without being heavy-handed and comfortable without ever getting soft. Comfort is delivered across every contact point. The wide padded seat offers hours of ride time without hot spots. Both the rider and passenger have heated seating, and the grips are also heated. The windscreen adjusts electronically and provides excellent protection without buffeting. Lower vents and side deflectors add airflow control. Storage is built in with precision. The saddlebags and top trunk are weather-sealed, color-matched, and fully lockable. Together, they provide enough space for helmets, jackets, tools, and weekend gear without needing bungee cords or aftermarket racks. Convenience and integration are part of the design, not added later. Technology enhances the ride without overpowering it. A 7-inch color screen displays navigation, trip data, and infotainment options. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto allow phone integration for calls, music, and directions. Physical buttons back up every control, so the system is usable even with gloves on and your eyes on the road. 4 ride modes adjust throttle sensitivity, suspension firmness, and traction control. Tour mode offers the best blend of comfort and power. Sport mode adds a bit more bite. Rain mode softens inputs for slick conditions. Econ mode stretches fuel range. Each mode changes the feel without changing the core of the bike. Fuel range on the Goldwing exceeds 250 miles thanks to a 5.5-gallon tank and an average of 45 miles per gallon. That puts more road behind you between fuel stops, and for long-haul riders, that alone earns trust. It is a machine built for endurance. Routine maintenance is less complicated than its size suggests. The shaft drive reduces upkeep. Oil changes, air filter access, and battery maintenance are all achievable without removing panels. Honda's legendary reliability shows up here in the form of long service intervals and low-stress ownership. What makes the Gold Wing endure after all these years is not a single standout feature. It is the way every system works together in harmony. From the engine to the transmission to the suspension to the storage, it offers a quiet power and real-world capability few bikes ever achieve. For riders who have owned big twins, bulky cruisers, or older touring rigs, the Gold Wing represents a logical and impressive evolution. It does not apologize for its size, and it does not try to be something it is not. It is a luxury motorcycle with purpose, history, and unmatched smoothness. The final motorcycle in this countdown is not about refinement. It is about grit, style, and versatility. It keeps the spirit of the cruiser alive while adding a modern edge, and it may be the smartest touring cruiser for the next generation of riders. We've got full breakdowns on each of these bikes coming next, so if you're serious about riding smarter, stronger, and longer, make sure to subscribe before you head out. Number 1. Honda Rebel 1100T. Every so often, a motorcycle rolls onto the scene that blurs the lines and refuses to be boxed into a category. The Rebel steps into that role with both feet planted and shoulders squared. It is not a traditional bagger, and it is not trying to mimic old-school touring machines. Instead, it brings the spirit of the cruiser world into the modern age, with enough torque to pull you forward and just enough comfort to keep you there. Built for riders who want style without giving up practicality, this is a motorcycle that brings both swagger and substance. Beneath the sculpted tank and frame-mounted fairing sits a liquid-cooled parallel twin engine displacing 1,084 cubic centimeters. It produces 87 horsepower and 72 pound-feet of torque. Braking is managed by a single large front disc with a radial-mounted 4-piston caliper and a rear disc with a single-piston caliper, both regulated by a standard anti-lock braking system. Suspension consists of conventional front forks with over 5 inches of travel and dual rear shocks with piggyback reservoirs. The wet weight is 520 pounds, the seat height measures 27.5 inches, and the starting price comes in at $11,399. What makes the Rebel compelling is not just its spec sheet, it is the way those numbers come together in motion. The engine offers smooth, broad power that is accessible from low revs and stays strong well into the mid-range. That means fewer downshifts and more focus on the road. Riders used to air-cooled V-twins will feel at home with the tone and rhythm, but appreciate the tighter response and quieter operation. Styling is a mix of old and new. The frame-mounted fairing sets the tone, sleek, functional, and far more effective than it first appears. It provides solid protection at highway speeds without resorting to bulky windshield extensions. The integrated saddlebags are lockable, color-matched, and large enough to carry a full weekend's worth of gear. The seating position is classic cruiser, feet forward, arms relaxed, and the rider settled low in the frame. The seat is well padded with enough support for multi-hour rides. The handlebars offer just enough pullback for comfort. Riders will find the Triangle familiar but more refined than past generations. The ride experience is further enhanced by the optional dual-clutch transmission. For those who opt in, the benefit is immediate. Whether in traffic or on a long ride, the system shifts with precision, removing the need for clutch work. Manual mode is also available via bar-mounted triggers, offering full control when needed. On the road, the Rebel feels lighter than its specs suggest. Suspension tuning is firm enough to provide feedback but not harsh. Cornering clearance is generous, and mid-range torque makes for strong roll-on acceleration. Fuel economy hovers near 45 miles per gallon, and the 3.6-gallon tank gives a range close to 160 miles. Technology is minimal by design. A clean digital display sits between the bars, offering essential data. Speed, fuel range, gear position, and ride mode. 3 ride modes, Standard, Sport, and Rain, adjust throttle mapping and traction control to suit changing conditions. The focus stays on the ride, not the screen. Service access is straightforward. The exposed layout and minimal bodywork make it easy to reach the oil filter, air cleaner, and battery. The chain is simple to adjust, and general maintenance does not require special tools or complex teardown. Practicality and independence come built in. The Rebel does not try to outshine traditional cruisers. It offers an evolution, one that respects the heritage of the cruiser world while adapting to the real needs of modern riders. With real wind protection, integrated storage, a strong motor, and a confident chassis, this motorcycle brings long-haul function to the cruiser form. Whether you are trading down from something heavier or trading up from something smaller, the Rebel feels like the right tool for the job. It does what it promises, goes where you point it, and makes every ride feel like it matters. Before you roll out, make sure you're not riding past what's coming next. These 5 bikes are just the start, because Honda isn't slowing down and neither are we. If one of these machines sparks something in you, hit that like button and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Whether you ride cruisers, tourers, or street fighters, there's more on the way built for riders like you. Subscribe now so you don't miss the deep dives, test rides, and real-world comparisons we've got lined up. This isn't about trends, it's about what's next, and you'll want to be here for it.